I want to make a garden art piece for my front yard. There's kind of a barren space there, needs something to fill it up. And I've been kind of struggling with what exactly I want to put there. I want it to be large enough that you can see it from the street. I want it to be interesting looking. I want it to be geometric, but I don't want it to be so big that it's just kind of a gaudy eyesore. So what I came up with was this design made out of 3/4 inch square pieces of wood that are 3 feet long. If I can get a couple of good years out of this thing before it falls apart, I'll be happy. I don't believe that art necessarily needs to last forever. My biggest concern with this is the one piece that sits down into the block of concrete, and will it be strong enough to support the weight of all of those other pieces. So this is a piece of 3/4 inch pine, and you know, I'm trying to bend it and imagine how much weight is going to go on there. I think it should be okay, and if it moves a little bit, that's great. One of my thoughts was to actually have the thing spin in there as the wind took it around. You would see it from all different directions, but I don't think that that's really doable in this without really modifying the base and having some sort of a bearing system in there that would allow it to turn easily. Because if I just drop, you know, a dowel into something round with all of this weight, it's really not going to spin. Unless you get like a hurricane force winds or something. And then I've got bigger problems to deal with. Especially since we don't get hurricanes where I live. My goal with every project these days is to be as frugal as possible. So I think I got enough scrap lumber here to cut 15 pieces of those sticks, I guess. The important part is going to be finding sections of each of these boards that is straight and clear of any defects. Anything like a knot here, I don't want in that stick because it's likely to just break. I want to start by squaring up one edge of each of these boards just by shaving a little bit off. Now I can set my rip fence up to cut 3/4 inch wide. I'll just use the thickness of the board to measure. Now when I cut all these pieces out, I'll run that squared up jointed edge against the rip fence. I don't know, 36 inches seems like it actually might be a little small for the size of the yard. So I think I'll make these pieces longer, and if I don't like the size, I can always cut it down even once it's assembled. I found a 1/4 inch piece of all thread that I can use to attach all these pieces. What I need to do is drill a hole in the center of each one. So what I did on my drill press here is just set up a kind of an extension fence and a stop block over here so that they should all be in the same location. Like I mentioned before, I thought I would pour a concrete base to hold this center pole, but I happen to remember that we used to have a patio table and chair set, then we got our patio remodeled, and we don't have that anymore. So I think I can repurpose this umbrella stand. The only problem is that the hole here is too big. It seems really wobbly. When I put this in here, even when I tighten it down, it's hard to get that square. I could just shim it up. It needs to be, I found this old closet rod here that seems to fit in there just about perfect. But I don't know how I can make a transition from this to that. So I think what I can do is just build up a portion of this to where it's about that diameter, I can sand it kind of round and then drop it in. At least that's the plan at this point. We'll see how it evolves. Oh yeah, I think that's gonna work great. I'm gonna see if I can spruce up the base a little bit. I picked up this stone texture paint. This is a metallic copper paint. These look pretty good. I had to put a few coats of paint on there to get it to cover, and once it's assembled I can do any touch-up also.